Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome to day 4, the fourth and final day of the World Skills Barbados Competition 2020. We are at the Lloyd Erskine Sanford Center where the competition is in full swing. Behind me, you're going to see the cooking skill area. The competition is ongoing right now. Our competitors are hard at work doing what they need to do so that they can give up their best and in the process medal, win either gold, silver, bronze, or those are the 3 primary medals, and if not that, you can also get a medallion for excellence. The medallion for excellence is awarded to those persons who might not have medaled gold, silver, or bronze, but who have still attained the world skills standard. We will be seeing today during the competition the fashion technology skill area, graphic design skill area. We have restaurant service and hairdressing. We also have car painting, which is at Simpson Motors. They have sponsored that skill area, and car painting is being held at Simpson. Preparing you for the world of work. So stay with us, enjoy what's going on, support the competitors, even if you're not here physically, support them, sending them good vibes. And now I'm going to hand you over to car painting so that you can see what's going on there.
My name is Renica Brewster. I am 20 years old, and my skill area is car painting. My institution that I represent is Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology. I am currently studying vehicle body repairs. I choose to enroll in this program because I have a liking for anything to do with vehicles, and this is one of my many courses that I did in this section. I entered because my teacher saw how I was doing in class, and he was like, I am pretty good, I'm teachable. So he always gave me the push and the confidence that he gonna enter me in this competition, and he know that I will perform well. Preparation have been going pretty great because everything that I do, he doesn't question me. He actually boosts my confidence at each thing that he gives me a task to do. We still have to deal with the everyday living and what's not, and dealing with, wearing a mask and stuff. But other than that, training is pretty good. We have late work, so even if we had to stay about a little after school, we put in a little extra work to get ready. It helped me to develop my skills in which that Each time I practice, I see myself getting better, and it's just mental from thereafter. How I portray myself going into the competition. Personally, I take everything a step at a time, even if I have to wing it sometimes. For me, I find myself competing at a high level and medaling at first. Coming into this final, tying for first place in the qualifiers, I have a very high confidence level, so I feel very good. My plans after the competition, I will be going into the world of work and finding my means of making money and working at someone's workshop or working somewhere else till I work for a workshop. My future career goals, I will be planning to open up my own workshop in the near future and trying to build from there. The competition helped me gain confidence in car painting more than I ever had, and I'm striving on that right now. I feel like this is basically work because we have to get here early, we have a time frame for everything, and we have deadlines. So basically this is pretty much the world of work. Even if you know starting out painting, it doesn't matter because as you train, you will get better, and it's a mental state, so you just need to be there more mentally than physically, and you'll be okay.
World skills for young and proud visions. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills.
We're here at the car painting skill area of the World Skills Barbados 2020 competition. This is Simpson Motors, and I'm here with Negus Ali Brown. He's a skill advisor for car painting. So Negus, tell me, what can we expect today? And tell me what modules we're doing, how did it go, and what can we expect for the rest of the day?
Okay, so good morning again to everyone. Today we're doing module C. The guys would be preparing the inside and the outside of a door. They will be judged in terms of preparation and obviously paying attention to detail and applying application of the paint. Also the finished product would be a matte finish for this module. This afternoon we'll be doing module D, which they'll be preparing the masking up the side of a car, and they will also have to paint a plastic part, so we'll be painting a mirror for module D this afternoon.
Okay, so Negus, explain for those of us who are not in your area, who are not in this profession, car painting as a skill area, what does that entail? What does it involve?
It involves paying a lot of attention to detail depending on obviously the work that you want to produce. All the work I would say is in preparation, and that obviously determines how the outcome of the finish would look. So I would say in terms of mixing ratios, correct application, all those will determine how the job looks.
And you are our skill advisor because you're an expert. We call you an expert in this area. So just elaborate a bit more for me. When we say car painting, what aspect of what we call that application? People who have these skill sets working like
they mostly work with refinishing of cars. So when you hear car painting, it's mostly maybe some guys are very good with putting on body filler, which is a part of preparation. Some guys are very good at preparing the car for painting. Obviously then painters, what we call here painters. In this area where we're in at the moment, these guys just paint, which is very minimal preparation and more the outcome of how the car will look when it's done. So just paint.
So correct me if I'm wrong, this is part of body work. This is what we will call body work?
Yes.
Okay.
Body work is the beginning and painting is the finish, which is what the customer will see when they come back from the car.
So the full scope of the area, I know that you've traveled and trained quite a bit here and overseas, and are there any major differences between, because so what I'm getting at is that we have careers, we have occupations computational area. And sometimes in Barbados, because of our economy and the size of our economy, we only practice certain parts. Do you find that compared to what you have seen overseas, do the students or the professionals in this area get to practice the whole spectrum, or are there only certain parts that we concentrate on here in this country?
I would say from my experience in traveling the world and working in this field along with people that who work in this field on an everyday basis, we still have some catching up to do in terms of obviously first world countries and the way that they're, because we have a lot of tricks that we practice here in Barbados or around the Caribbean nations that obviously that is kind of behind what the first world countries are doing. But I think once we continue to train the youth, eventually that they will trickle out maybe in a couple of years.
And as somebody who has plenty of experience under your belt, finally, is there any advice or guidance you would give to young persons who are looking into this particular field?
I would say if you're interested in obviously working with cars and painting or any interest in painting at all, I would say that is once you protect yourself, health is the first part of being a part of this profession, because working with these chemicals is very dangerous. So that is a very important part of it. But in terms of working with the paints and areas, a lovely profession.
Okay, thank you very much, David. And we're here with Mr. Rene King. Rene is a tutor with the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology. Very experienced tutor. And Rene, I want to talk to you today about what did you do to help prepare the competitors in the car painting skill area?
It was a little challenging though because of COVID. Time frame wasn't like before. In the past, like the Tariq, it wasn't like before, so it was a little more challenging and rushing.
Oh, okay, you mean the competitor who won the gold medal in 2018, who then went to Russia to represent Barbados. Right, yeah. So I see that we're doing module C, and it says this morning you are doing standard application inside and outside. What does that mean? Break it down for us.
Like a door, normal car door. You'll be doing the inner section of the door, which closes when you enter the outer section.
Right, so, and for those of us who are not in the area, you're saying that if, God forbid, you hit your car and the door got damaged, these are the kind of things that they would need to do.
Repairs first, and then you do body work, then you go to preparation, then you want to do the finish.
So you did say that you didn't have as much time as you normally would need for preparation. How much time is required when you're preparing for world skills? What's the ideal amount of time?
For some other countries, it's the years, because you guys just actually start way before the time, 2 years before the preparation for that particular year. Because it's only months, because it's a 2-year program. So basically, these guys know they're basically like 2 months. So they're still doing, so it'll be a little rushing.
Okay, so we have to do a lot of extra preparation.
Yeah, but you don't know who we can enter the institutions. So that's the problem.
Right, So in terms of the equipment and the tools that you need, is it an expensive undertaking?
Yeah, expensive because technology changing every day. So you're gonna get more of a tech. Everything's computerized, same mixing, paints, everything, the guns has changed. Because certain materials you can't use like before due to the factory environment.
Yeah, okay, all right. So technology and equipment changes quite a bit in this area. So finally, how do you feel about the preparations? Despite all the
challenges?
Yeah, the challenges.
Always enjoy it. I got love it. It's a passion for me.
Yeah.
So these guys, taking out the baton, I should say.
Right, yeah. And how do you feel about their level of preparation despite the reduced time frame?
They will get there. But they train hard. They work hard, we work a lot. 7:30 in the morning to 8 at night. It should be off.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Okay, so we are still at the World Skills Barbados 2020 competition. We are at the car painting skill area, which is taking place at Simpson Motors Warrens. We will be here today, Saturday, and tomorrow, Sunday. The skill area started, the competition, started at 8:30 this morning. The competitors will be going right now until about 6:30, 7 p.m. tonight. It's going to be a long day. They are doing standard application inside and outside door. This afternoon, we expect them to do application of base clear, wet on wet, system on hood / bonnet. And this evening, around 5 p.m., they will be doing design on pre-painted wheel. Now, for those persons who love cars and who are interested in cars, that means something to you. If you want to come down and show your support tomorrow, Sunday, you can come to Simpson Motors at Warren's, the auto body repair workshop, and watch what the competitors are doing, show your silent support, and you can come morning, afternoon, in the evening. We'll be here from 8:30 a.m. We'll be going right down till about 6:37 p.m. So hope to see you there or here.
World skills, world skills, world skills. Hi, and welcome. Can you smell it through your computer screen or your TV? That's a cooking competition at World Skills Barbados 2020. Come, let's go.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Regina Thomas. I'm a student at the Barbados Community College studying media and journalism, and today we're here with Chef Peter Edie, and he's a skills advisor for cooking. So share with us today a brief overview of the competition.
The entire competition or just today? Because the competition was 4 days long, right?
For the past few days.
It was a really rigorous competition, 4 days of competing for the students here, for these competitors here. I got to start calling them students now because they're no competitors in this here. It is, as I said, 4 days, and you have like day 1 is soup, day 2 is about meats, day 3 is about fish, and now we're at day 4, which is the dessert section. Okay, so what happens today is that and every day there's a skills test. Skills test means there's something you're given that you have to be able to exercise really great skills to get it done properly. Yesterday was boiling eggs. One was soft-boiled eggs, one was hard-boiled eggs. The day before that was, omelets. You had to make a perfectly stuffed omelet, 2 of them, 2 perfectly stuffed omelets. And the first day was cuts of vegetables. Today, though, is making what's called a sabayon, which is egg yolk. If you see the look on your face there. So a sabayon, which is actually beating egg yolks to a ribbon stage. So they had 3 egg yolks and about 120 grams of sugar, and they had to beat that to what is called a ribbon stage. Ribbon stage is once it gets airy enough that you could take the actual whisk and form an 8, and it stays on top of the whip material there. That's it. And then they also had to do a meringue. They had to beat the 3 egg whites with about 180 grams of sugar into what's called stiff peak. So you beat it in the container. If you hold the container upside down, it doesn't come out. It doesn't fall away. Or if you pull it up with a whisk, it has a peak form in there. So I mean that's another really technical skill. It takes a lot of work getting that beat together.
So how will students have prepared for this competition?
Practice and lots of push-ups. I say here because it's like it's all by hand. No machines. That's the thing about it. I mean that's easily done with a machine, but they had to do it by hand, right? So that is what really caused the challenge. And it's important for them to know that because you need to know physically when it gets to that stage. You can easily over-whip it in the machine as well because when you're whipping it, what you're doing is adding air to the egg, and more air you add, the light is going to get, but it's going to get to a point where you have just too much air and it's going to collapse and fall right back onto liquid. Okay, so it's important for them to know when it gets to that texture. That's why it's important to know how to do it by hand as well, so you can control the machine when you get to that stage.
Okay, so this was taken probably years to master and stuff like that. So what do you expect from your students today?
Well, now today they have to prepare a dessert. And on that dessert, again, the testing skills. This is keep remembering, this is a skills competition, not a look good, taste good competition, right? Where if you play that looks good will win, or play that tastes good might win. This is a skills competition, so it's very, very possible that the plate that looks the very best may not even place, okay, because the skills that are required are not evident on the plate. So the skills for today, you have to do a dessert plate, and on that dessert plate, you must have a chocolate mousse, And then you must have your version of a warm cake. A warm cake. You have to put that on the plate as well there. And this now you have a cold chocolate mousse and a warm cake on the same plate. You must use, we are given to use, you must use a nut, what was a mystery nut? The mystery nut was cashew. So you have to have the cashew in there, and you have to use a mystery fruit. So I threw them a little bit of curveball today as well. I said, okay, you know what? I'm not even going to give you a fruit. You have a number of fresh fruits, raspberries, strawberries, blueberries in the refrigerator. And you also have raisins and preserved cherries. You can pick your poison right there. And so now it threw them a little bit because now they have started to think all over again. So they have the fruits to do that. So you have on the plate must be evident the fruit and the nuts, a mousse, chocolate mousse, a warm cake, and at least one sauce, a minimum of one sauce to serve on your plate. An appropriate sauce that really marries the cake that you created and the mousse together while incorporating the nuts and the fruit, okay? So that in itself is the challenge, just to come up with that type of sauce. And they have 3 hours and 25 minutes to do it before they get to what's called the service window. The service window is when you are allowed to bring your 4 plates up to be served up to the judges. And that service window remains open for 10 minutes. After that, it's closed. If you didn't get your product up to the judges within that 10-minute period, you're disqualified.
Thank you, Chef Peter Edie, for the interview, and I look forward to seeing you more. Bye.
Great.
Oh, that's enough? That was enough.
World skills for young and proud Bajans. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills. World skills for young and proud Bajans. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills. World skills for young and proud Bajans. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills. World skills for young and proud Bajans. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills. World skills for young and proud Bajans. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados we will improve. World skills, 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 world skills. World skills.
Hello and welcome to the Barbados World Skills Competition 2020. I'm Kiara Smith and I'm here with Zaria Archer, the gold medalist who won in the 2018 competition. Hello Zaria, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good too. So Zaria, share with us a little bit more of what you experienced 2 years ago.
So I basically did the same modules that they're doing now. I was a bit nervous as the time went long and I was training. I tried to get over those nerves and I tried to come back to help the former competitors.
Okay, and knowing this, what have you learned from the experience overall?
I learned more self-confidence and I learned you can't get over the nerves, but do not let it get over you.
Okay, and speaking of nerves, how did the competition help you overall during your career path?
Well, like say interviews, I was scared to do interviews, but that helped me a lot because I know further down the line I would have to do them. And I just tried to help and I just close my eyes and just go with the flow.
Okay, and speaking of going with the flow and learning how to do interviews, what advice would you give to the competitors now right here behind me?
So I would tell them to have fun, but still be competitive. I cannot say not to be nervous. You will have some type of nerves, but just put those nerves aside and do the best you can and have the confidence in yourself.
Thank you very much, Zaria. Thank you so much for speaking with me. Thank you, and stay tuned for more information in the Barbados World Skills 2020 competition.
World Skills Barbados is a technical and vocational skills competition for young persons between the ages of 16 and 21. These skill areas are automotive technology, culinary arts, garment making, and hairdressing. These areas were chosen because these are the ones that the programs at the institutions that the young persons are at, these ones fit closely to the test projects of World Skills International. The competitors are judged against the test projects from World Skills International. These test projects are a list of performance tasks which the individuals need to compete within a specific time frame.
Ever since I was a kid, my dad was always either playing with a lawnmower or engine somewhere, somehow, so I was always outside to help him. That's how I got interested.
When I was a baby, I was around my father as he was a mechanic. Coming all up, he taught me everything. When he was racing, he showed me how to drive. My father helped me get my own workshop.
Well, I was inspired by my grandfathers. As from a young age, I used to watch on as they work because both of them had workshops.
I enjoy working for cars, getting my hands dirty, doing electrical party work. The competition will benefit me. Getting my name there, getting exposed to big companies in Barbados.
I think it was a great opportunity and it also gave me a chance to showcase my individual skills.
I believe that it will definitely help me get a job faster because all that stuff goes on your resume.
So when I was younger, I used to get scrap fabric from the needle workers office so that I can make clothes for my dollies. And when I was in secondary school, I wanted to be a fashion designer. After a couple of years, I finally came to Polytechnic to learn how to do it right. I know that the World Skills competition would benefit me because all of Barbados will know that I'm a finalist and people will know that I make clothes well.
I entered the World Skills Barbados competition because I wanted to be more experienced in this field. There are not a lot of job markets out there, and me being a garment maker, a fashion designer, that would be me putting myself to be an entrepreneur.
I got involved with cosmetology since I was small. It was a passion I always wanted, something that inspires me. Well, the things I like about my field is the creative part, the styling, like pinning up to the hair.
I entered the World Skills Barbados competition because I wanted the exposure and the experience. Technical vocational skills are very important because everybody cannot be a doctor or a lawyer. Doctors get their hairdo, lawyers get their hairdo also.
I entered the World Skills competition because it will teach me more than I knew before, and it will help me to go just beyond staying in the classroom and at home doing hair.
Food is my passion. I was raised in a very food-oriented family, and the cooking was one of the many things we did together. So my love started from there. I entered the World Skills Barbados competition as a way to stretch my limits and go beyond anything I've ever done before.
I always had a passion for cooking. I always see myself becoming a chef one day and owning my own restaurant. I entered the World Skills Barbados competition for recognition so I can be known.
I have a passion for cooking and I love it, I enjoy it. It's not only a job to me, it's like fun. The World Skills competition will benefit me in the ways of my time management.
It will benefit me because I will see my skills under pressure and I can work on them and see what I weak in or strong in, and in the long run, it will be nice on my resume, so I'm going for it.
Technical and vocational skills speak to the skills that are necessary for an individual to perform competently in a job role. They also enable an individual to start and manage their business. World Skills Barbados creates an avenue for young persons to market themselves, to basically show off their skills, improve their employability.
Hello, good evening. My name is Regina Thomas, and right now I'm here with Shelly Mears, the skills advisor for the graphic design, and she's just going to share with us a brief overview of what the competition has been like for the past few days.
Okay, so hi. The competition has been pretty good. We started off a little bit slow with some of the approaches to the work, but the competitor has sped up, and we're looking for a really good finish by today. He's worked on some advertising for today. It's mostly like billboard and social media stuff. Yesterday, we worked mostly on it's a poster design, logo design, and there was some social media. And on Tuesday, we had packaging all day. And on the first day, it was more so collateral material, logo, brochure, business card, that type of thing. It's been going well. I think we'll end with a bang. Yeah.
So can you explain or share with us what students would have had to done to prepare for the competition?
Oh, so mostly they would be practicing like once a week, and they would get exercises in some of the same things I just mentioned, like the poster design, and they would also learn about compressing artwork and like shortcuts and tips so that they can they're able to finish the work in time, so that speed. We work on speed factor so that they're able to actually complete the work. So yeah.
So what do you expect from your students in the competition?
Just a really nice conceptual use of design, good use of design, great concepts, and yeah, that's basically what we're looking for, and make sure that they finish everything on time, because that's like a huge factor.
So thank you, Charlie, for sharing with us today, and stay tuned for more about the World Skills Barbados event.
World skills, world skills.
Thank you. Water?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure you can tell that it's time for the restaurant service competition here at World Skills Barbados 2020.
Put this back on too.
Welcome back. We're here at the World Skills Barbados 2020 competition, and right now we'll be looking to restaurant service. I have here with me Mr. Roderick Prescott.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome. He's
Thank
the
you.
skill advisor for the restaurant service skill area. So, Roderick, could you tell us a little bit about what's happening right now?
Yes, so the module today is banquet dining. And the first element of the banquet dining module is the signature flambe. This is where the competitors would have had an opportunity to design their own flambe dish, utilizing some of the skills of Garridon service, tableside theater, creating dishes and preparing dishes in front of the customer. So we had an element of it yesterday in fine dining, and then there's another element today in banquet. But the one today is their own signature dish.
Okay, so what is Sherry preparing to do? Can you just take us through it step by step?
Yes. So O'Sherry is preparing a variation of pineapple flambe. So she has her pineapples on her tray, and she also has They refer pineapple juice, Malibu, brown rum, and cinnamon, along with some other items as well. So she's going to use those, particularly the brown rum, to flambe the dish at the end.
And for those of us who are not very French, when we say flambe, we're talking about
flame. Yes,
flame,
she's going to
exactly.
create a flame in the pan by the use of the spirit, which is the brown rum.
Right. So a question. I mean, some of us are foodies and some of us are now learning about it. Restaurant service. When we hear that, some people refer to it as bar service, but Sherry is about to flambe a dish.
Yes.
Explain to us, how do the two go together? What are the skill sets that someone trained in the restaurant service skill area supposed to have or expected to have?
Right. So in restaurant service, in World Skills, it encompasses many different modules, many different skill sets. As you would have mentioned, bar. So they need to know the basic knowledge of classic cocktails. And they need to also know elements of the barista element of restaurant service, so preparing a variety of different coffees. And as well, they would have done a signature coffee as part of their barista module a few days ago. In addition to that, then there's the casual dining. And we also have the fine dining element as well.
Right. And restaurant service in Barbados, do you refer to it as restaurant service? In the actual world of work, what would you refer to this skill area as? What would be the occupational area? For those young people who might be thinking, I like what I'm seeing, I could possibly do this with, this could be my career.
So it falls broadly under the item of food and beverage server. It falls under the food and beverage server, so it encompasses all the different elements: barista, bar, restaurant service, all the elements, wine, sommelier, all of those fall under that as well.
Okay, so this is the what we call the umbrella area on which all of these other areas fall.
Yeah.
And so what does the career path look like when you enter restaurant service? Where do you begin and where can you possibly end up?
Well, I reflect on my own career when I started 30 odd years ago at Sandy Lane. I started as a busboy or a busser or a commie. So that is someone who would have started at the bottom end or the bottom level within the industry. And I remember quite clearly that at that point of time, I had minimum interaction with customers. All I did was assist the waiters who interacted with guests.
Okay, I see. Right. Well, I see O'Sherry is waiting to start, and I'm going to let Roderick go back to his duties as skill advisor and make sure that the competition is running smoothly and that the competitors are not affected or interrupted in any way so that they can give up their best and shoot for those medals, gold, silver, or bronze. Thank you, Prescott.
Thank you.
We are at day 4 of the car painting competition, which is being held at Simpson Motors, sponsors of the car painting competition of the World Skills Barbados 2020 competition. I have here with me Mr. Gregory Brewster. He is the head of the Automotive and Welding Engineering Division at the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute of Technology. Mr. Brewster, welcome and thank you.
Thank you for having me.
So, the SJPA has been involved in the World Skills Barbados from the get-go. I know we appreciate your involvement. We've had competitors every 2 years. We had the automotive technology skill area that you had competitors in, and you also have the car painting program. Well, we don't have automotive technology this competition cycle, but we have car painting. So what in your mind is the benefit of being involved in a competition such as this?
Well, it gives the students the ability to cope in tense situations as a competition would give. And it also gives them the ability, a chance to grow within themselves and being away from the workshop and an industrial atmosphere. So those are some of the benefits that we will gain from being in a competition like this. It also gives the institution benefit of being exposed to the many partners out there in the industry that this is a credible skill and occupation for younger persons and for them to get involved in, and for them to look at the social aspect of their company that they can get involved.
Okay, so in other words, you like the marriage between industry and education and training?
Well, that is important with the many challenges that government and the institutions are having as far as funding is concerned. And now in this COVID dispensation, when funding is at its lowest, then we need those social partners to come in and be part of the institution and further the development of our young people.
So the opportunities are welcome.
Yes, very much so.
One of the other things that we work closely with regard to industry and education and training are the standards. And so you know that the World Skills Program also uses occupational standards. They call them their standards of excellence. And how are you able to use them in the curricula? Is it an easy thing that you do, or how does that work for persons who might not be in education and training?
Well, the standards are important, and standards are benchmarks that we have our students work towards and to maintain those standards, because industry demands standards. We want that when we produce a product for our customers, that it is at the highest level. So those standards give us a benchmarking that we can attain and in some cases try to surpass for industry quality. So it's about quality and producing a product that is of a high quality all the time.
So that sort of brings me to like your expectations. What are your expectations for your, not just the institution, but for the competitors and for even the wider TVET system coming out of a program and coming out of the competition, something like the World Skills Barbados competition?
Well, we expect that the students will showcase what they learn at the institution. That also gives persons the ability to see what we do. I believe that the SJPA is one of those best kept secrets. Very few people know exactly what we do, and this gives us opportunity to showcase the quality that our instructors are producing, and it gives an expectation that we can fill the void of what is necessary in the marketplace. So those expectations, not only from the institution, but the expectations of industry, because industry drives what we do, and it is a demand that we are expected to fill. So those are the expectations. Industry has a standard, and they expect us to work to those standards. So that is a pretty, I think the expectation is not beyond us, It is just that we have to maximize the little that we have in order to reach those standards.
So that brings me right back to the World Skills Barbados competition, because the World Skills Barbados program has as its mission that the aim is to help improve the quality of the national TVET system. So we're hoping that based on what you're saying and what we're doing, that everyone is able to see the kinds of goals and objectives that we have as part of the program. Mr. Brewster, thank you very much for that. Enjoy the rest of the competition.
Thank you.
And good morning. We are at the World Skills Barbados 2020 competition. This is day 4, the final day of the competition. And I am here with Miss Diana Weeks Marshall. She's a lecturer at the UWI in accounting. Now tell me, why are you here with us? Why have you been with us all weekend? Not that we don't appreciate you.
Okay, so I've been here for the whole week. We are basically, I say we, because I'm here with just under 14 of our students from the university, and we are responsible for the auditing of the World Skills Barbados this year.
And you are part of the Give Back program, correct me, right?
That's right. So the students generally have to give back 150 hours in community service, and so World Skills Barbados was happening, and you know, it was a wonderful opportunity for them to volunteer to give back some hours there.
Right, so how has that been going? Have they been enjoying it? What have they been learning? What has the experience been like?
Okay, so basically in the auditing, what we've been doing is we've been auditing the procedures and the scoring for World Skills Barbados, and ensuring that everything is running in accordance to the rules and the regulations of the program. So what this does for the students is it allows them to put into practice everything that they would have learned from their auditing courses that they would learn at the University of the West Indies. So it's basically a marriage between the theory that they would have learned now with the practical side of things.
Right, and that brings us right back to World Skills Barbados and technical and vocational education and training, because as we know, that's the marriage between what we call academics or academia, theory, knowledge, principles, and application. And so that is what we promote, which is why we embrace the Give Back program. It's an excellent opportunity for the students to apply some of the knowledge and the skills that they're being taught, and also volunteering is a good way to get work experience, because that's another platform that technical and vocational education and training pushes. Marriage of the knowledge, the skills, and the experience, and that's where you get your competence. So I'm glad to see the students have been enjoying themselves. Why though is auditing, you know, because some people may say, auditing, why? Why is auditing so important to a competition such as this?
Okay, so auditing is important because there are rules and procedures that have to be followed. And this isn't World Skills Barbados, is part of an international competition. So at the international level and even at the local level, it's essential to ensure that the rules of the competition are being followed, and therefore it is important for there to be an independent review process of the, you know, the actual application of those rules and those procedures. So therefore, at the end of the program or the competition, what we will do is we'll write a report and submit that to the TVET Council, which runs the World Skills program, to let them know that yes, we were satisfied that, you know, the rules and the procedures were being followed and adhered to, or, you know, we would also then report on any, you know, discrepancies that we would have noticed along the way as well.
So in a sense, you are our police.
We're not quite police, but yes, we're policing the whole competition. Yes.
Well, thank you for your presence. Thank you for the work that you have been doing. We really appreciate the Give Back students. I must say that their approach is very mature and it's a positive sign for our future workforce. So thank you very much.
And I would just like to say thank you for TVET Council for inviting the University of the West Indies to be a part of this. And we look forward to, you know, any further, you know, alliances that we can make with both TVET and with other companies.
And the TVET Council thanks you in return.
Yes, thank you.
Hello, good evening. My name is Regina Thomas, and right now we're here with Marika Bayer, the Skills Area Manager for Cooking. How has the competition been like for the past few days?
Okay, well, the competition for the past few days has gone pretty smoothly. I find after the competitors get over the jitters and the initial fear of being in a world-class competition on the first day, things usually tend to run smoothly after that.
So how has students been performing so far? How have students been performing so far?
They have been performing well. I can say that I've actually seen some of the techniques and the skills being used in the daily cooking and everything, and especially with the plating and the taste and the feedback from the judges, it seems to be going good.
So you spoke about the skills. How would these skills benefit them best in the workplace?
Well, the World Skills Barbados competition tries to mirror World Skills International. So the students who have been in the competition would already have a leadway to the skills and the techniques that they use, which would be world-class, which would be considered world-class. So automatically they would be on their journey to exemplifying that.
Okay, so thank you, Marika Bayer, and and join us back at 6:15 for the next segment of World Skills Barbados.
World skills for young and proud Bajans. World skills, creativity and innovation. World skills, that shape our world-class workforce today. Be leaders in all we do. Building up our economy, Barbados, we will improve. World skills, world skills, world skills, world skills, world skills.